cleaning can be seen as one of those therapeutic things to do. And one of the most popular times to clean is, of course, spring, because everyone has to do spring cleaning. One thing that has worked for me is starting spring cleaning early. Not starting it not when spring is right around the corner, or when spring starts. I like to start it from before. Actually, my spring cleaning start from like February, March. Let me tell you why. Spring cleaning for me can be very therapeutic. As a matter of fact, as we get older and as time progresses and just as the years go by, spring cleaning is now something I'm acknowledge. Before, I used to have points in time, which would be around spring, when I just want to clean and get rid of everything, and I wasn't able to, or I wasn't doing it right, until recently I started to say, okay, I need to take on this spring cleaning thing and take it on before it's actually spring. Spring cleaning time of the year is still, early on in the year, and I noticed that I was, as I mentioned in my previous decluttering video, decluttering now is something new. Like, I would always throw out things, but decluttering and actually deeply going through things around the house is something that I recently started doing, because I noticed how sometimes it's like you don't have any space, right? You'll sit there and be like, I don't have any space, I don't have anywhere to put things. But is it that you don't have any space, or you just have too much things that you didn't even need in the first place? That's something that I started realizing myself with all of my different cleaning projects around the house. One more thing is starting to cleaning out your home, or trying to remove everything from around you. I realize that sometimes when we're doing that, we're unconsciously trying to get rid of things that we probably physically can't get rid of or mentally can't get rid of. So we look to our surroundings to move around what we can move around, control what we can control them. And I think that's what it is for me. It's like there's certain things that I don't want around me, but it's like these things have to be around you. So I looked to my environment, and I look around to my environment, and mentally some of these things can become very draining. And then I look around to my environment and say, you know what, I can control my environment. And the saying is quite true. When your environment clean or just not as cluttered, it can help with your mental health. And that is how I balance the things that I can change and cannot change, by putting energy into the things that I can change, which involves cleaning and decluttering, and those hidden spaces that have things that we're pushing away to the back. Like, you know what, I'll clean that out. Instead of spring cleaning, I'll clean it out next year, or summer cleaning, or whatever it is. If you have the time, you need to do it, because if we wait until a specific time like spring or wherever, that's a lot of things to clean, that's a lot of things to declutter, especially if you have like a decent sized home with a family. That's a lot of things to go through in just that specific time, and then when you don't get to finish it in that specific time, which will in return may affect your mental health, because now you're disappointed you didn't get to do something that you wanted to do, you didn't get to finish. That's why it's important to start early. And then when you do start early, don't try to do everything all at once. Like, you're going to do spring cleaning, don't go, oh, I'm going to clean this whole house in X amount of time. Depending on the type of house you have, that's unrealistic. It makes sense to say, you know what, I'm going to tackle the bathroom today, I'm going to tackle the living room today, I'm going to declutter the garage this day, I'm going to declutter this day. Like, do it in stages, because if you try to do multiple things all at once, it's gonna drive you insane, and then not completing it is a form of not yielding the results that you'd like to do, which in return will affect you. Or for me personally, I say it affect me, like, oh my gosh, I didn't get to do what I needed to do. One of the phrases going forward for my life, and probably for your life too, is being intentional about anything you do in life. And something as simple as cleaning might not seem like you need to be intentional with it, but when you easily get carried away, you easily get overwhelmed, and there's too much stuff and things around you makes you overwhelmed, you have to be very intentional about collecting things and cleaning. Like, cleaning and decluttering, that need to be like once a year. Depending, probably all 3 times a year I declutter. So be intentional about cleaning can prevent the disappointment at the end. Intentionally clean the bathroom. Like, okay, I want to clean this bathroom X time. I want to make sure when I'm finished, I'm able to just sit in a fresh, clean bathroom. Like, anyone else feel like that? Like, when your house clean, or when your bathroom, like when it's not clean, not saying you're dirty, but it's due for cleaning. So once you clean it, because you intentionally, I clean this bathroom so you can have somewhere peaceful and comfortable to sit down and use the toilet. That can also look like getting the right products to clean your bathroom. Like, that is even something as simple as that making sure you're getting the right products and the right techniques to yield the results that you would like. That's something that I did too. That's something that I started doing. Like, I used to just clean it with whatever I have, the usual stuff. But then I noticed that you know, certain products, I'll get a headache and I'll be sick right after, and it's just not good for my whole sinus area. So I had to start thinking of ways of doing this and different products that I can use to not affect me like that. Products that I can use but to still get the bathroom clean but not affect me in that way. Instead of, you know, when it's time for me to clean the bathroom, I'm like stressing because I'm like, oh gosh, now when I clean the bathroom, I get a headache, I'm gonna get sick, I'm a nose gonna bleed and all type of stuff. You know, my nose is I'm gonna get sick, I'm gonna have a headache, and I'll probably have a nosebleed and things like that. Now I'm cleaning the bathroom intentionally, so I make sure I have the products on hand that won't give me those results, that won't have that type of effect on me, you know. So it's like, all right, yeah, I can clean the bathroom without worrying about how I will react to the products after. On that note, it means, so for me, with, you know, having the issue of holding on to things and, you know, like a hoarding inside of me, and me now being a serial declutterer or whatever them call it. Let's say I switch the products for the bathroom. Now it's like, I don't want to throw these products out because I can still use them to do something else, or someone else can use them. Someone else can use them isn't bad, but it's like these products, they're not serving you, you can't use them, they affect you. Why do you still have them? Or it's knowing when something isn't for you, or it's knowing that something in your life, the product or something can only take you so far. Like, this is as far as this will go for you. You cannot use it. For example, the product, I can't use it no further. If I use it more, this is the result I'm going to get. I can only use it, like say the bleach, I can only use it in small amounts, and if I'm going to use it, I'd have to spray the bathroom or the cleaner or whatever it is, and I'll do it right before I know I'm going outside to run errands, because guess what, once I spray this, I can leave the house, run some errands, and come back, and the scent and everything will kind of air out by the time I come back. As I was cleaning, I was like, that's kind of similar to when you have like people in your life, or things in your life, but really people in your life, you want them to be there for you a certain way, and you're trying to make them be there for you that way. You know, you expect them to be there for you that way. You think you're doing things to say, hey, this is how I'd like you to show up for me, and then eventually you realize that person can, or people or whosoever can only be there for you in the way that they can be there for you. Like the way how you want them to be there for you, they probably can't. Like they can't be there for you like how you would be there for yourself. Like I don't remember where I saw this, but it's like you're expecting you out of people. You're expecting what you would do out of it. Like you're expecting this to work a certain way, and that's not how it's going to work. It's the same thing with the product. I'm expecting it to work a certain way and not have my nose bleeding all the time. But that product is a chemical. It's gonna do that. That's what it's going to do. It not gonna do nothing else but make my nose bleed. So I need to figure out how to make this because I need it to clean certain things in our house. So I need to figure out a way how to use it and just allow it to work for me how it can, in a way that I'm not affected. You're trying to have a certain set of people, or just be in someone else's life in a way that you would want to be there, or you would want them to be there for you, but then after a while you realize that, damn, that meme that said it was never gonna be you, it was never you. Like, yeah, that position that you're trying to fill, nah, it's not them. It's just not gonna feel, because that person, they don't belong right there, and that person doesn't know how to fill that position in your life. Maybe someone else's life, but not your life. And the position that you're trying to fill in their life, you're not supposed to be there, because whatever you're doing, whatever effort you're making, it's still resulting in it affecting you mentally, and it's draining you. So at what point do you realize that you're not supposed, the way how you would like to show up isn't a way that you're going to be able to show up in this person's life, and the way how you would want them to show up in your life isn't a way that they're going to, it's like, it's just not gonna happen. Them not gonna show up that way, because it was never you, it was never gonna be you, it's not gonna be you. And I'm not talking about only relationships or romantic life. Like, I'm talking about family, friends. Sometimes you want to have a certain bond with family and friends, and then you realize that, damn, the bond with me I try to create, it not gonna happen. Like, that ship they done sail already, and they've already presented to you the type of bond that you will be getting, and you're continuously trying to change that bond, or hoping to God that bond will change. And every time the answer that you're getting is that bond will never go above the level that it is. It won't go below. It will always stay the same. And in order for you to stop trying to be in this position, and trying to be, for this person, or just trying to be in their life, or being around them for that, and then it not working out, and then it affecting you mentally, you need to realize it's straight up, know your position in a people's life. That's not your position. The bond where you want, you're not gonna get. All right, like, know the position that you're in that person. Like, you don't hate them, but the bond that you're looking for, or whatever it is that you're looking for from said person or said group, you're never going to get. And until you realize that in some situations, you're going to always be stuck, you're going to always be hurt, and you're going to always be the only one fighting for something that you want. Because clearly the other party doesn't want it, because then you'd meet in the middle. But if there's no meeting in the middle, and you're constantly mentally and emotionally drained, trying to create that bond, trying to create, to be there, and trying to have that, if it's family, that family bond, friends, friendly bond, and it is not working, and time after time again, you're being let down, you're being hurt, your feelings are being hurt. At what point do you realize that you're the one hurting your own feelings, and you need to respect yourself and respect the bond that was presented to you that you can get, and know that is either you accept that bond that you're being given, or you let it go altogether, but you will never upgrade from that. That's a hard pill to swallow. I had to swallow that pill as well. It's not a very nice feeling, but the sooner you accept that, the sooner you let go of some of the mental strain and hurt that you're probably going through. Wow, that was a mouthful. Majority of the time when I'm cleaning, if I don't have like anything played in the background, which is a great thing to do to turn something. Sometimes I have music playing, sometimes I have like podcast playing, but like if my phone dies and I'm just thinking and it's just me alone with my thoughts and my brain, I start thinking about a whole bunch of stuff and things that we use social media as a distraction for. They all start coming back, and I start thinking about it and I start analyzing it, and I'm just like, wow, so this is what's happening. Like I get different perspective on things, and that's what happens when I'm cleaning. Let me know below if anything I said resonated with you, or if you have any questions. Also, don't forget to drop a like or a comment below, and subscribe if you like this type of content, just to support me. Yeah.